Welcome to Underdog MMOs, where we'll cover the games selected from both the Underdog MMOs and MMO Necromancy series. If you read the written articles, the link will be in the description. And today we're going to be covering First Star Online 3. Go ahead and get some gameplay footage up here. The game is completely free to play. I believe you can donate though on the website. But there's nothing in the game that's going to be pay to win. Development of the original First Star Online started in the late 90s, with its official public release occurring sometime in the early 2000s. The different sources give dates ranging from as early as 2000 to as late as 2003. These dates are likely related to when the client was uploaded to specific sites, as well as when alpha, beta testing started, and also when the official launch occurred. By 2006, they already had First Star Online 2 entering beta testing, and it had an official launch sometime around November of 2008. The original iterations required a payment of $25 to play the game, a one-time payment. And the company responsible for the original release, Unfun Games, appears to have dissolved sometime in the late 2010s. And information on the original game and that company is a bit difficult to find. It's out there, but definitely buried. Currently, First Star Online 3 is kept alive by a single developer who is no longer in contact with the former staff of Unfun Games in any significant way, and the former staff is not working on the game anymore. An overarching story where significant lore is mostly absent. You can extrapolate a general story and get bits and pieces of lore from just by observing the world assets and through NPC dialogue. If you're looking for a linear game, that wouldn't be this one, at least not linear with a story that guides you along. What I was able to find is that there are statues of someone that appears to be a heroic knight placed across the map, which could serve as some sort of actual or symbolic watcher for coming evil. An evil that likely visited before and is likely either going to return or already has, and it's characterized by a significant increase of hostile creatures that are non-native to the area. So you have your ghosts, spirits, as well as other hostile mobs in general, like the kobolds and goblins. Most people, this is specifically the NPCs, just go about their daily jobs with only a select few taking any significant action towards fighting back the creatures. So you and the other player characters are basically on your own, but you do get some financial support and guidance along the way through jobs you can take on. Over the 2 decades and 3 iterations of First Star Online, the lack of a pre-built story and lore-heavy world has been marketed as a feature. As what current website states, FSO 3 also features great innovations in the MMORPG genre, randomly generated adventures. No longer can you memorize a maze to get through it quickly. Our engine creates mazes on the fly with random monsters and treasures inside. Everyone's invited to go on these adventures, just wait for an invitation to be sent to you. Now the overworld map is static, but yeah, there's a lot of randomized dungeons and whatnot, giving it a bit of a roguelike element to it. But yeah, as far as the overworld map goes, it is very much corridor driven. Think back to 8 or 16-bit action RPGs where you might have had parts of the game that were sort of open, but most of it involved corridors and going from screen to screen. So yeah, where this game thrives is with the different things you can discover along the way and what you can actually do with your characters. Start off by going over the character creation. You have male or female, some very basic options that you can choose, and you get 3 core attributes you can apply points to: strength, intelligence, and stamina. It's important to keep in mind that you must have 6 or greater strength to wear heavy armor, and 6 or greater intelligence to use master spells. Then as you progress, you can end up earning class titles once you get to, most of them are around the level 90 with a few of them that are exceptions. The different combat skills you have include blade, hammer, staff, brawling, light weapons, and heavy weapons, which includes some of the aforementioned skills. You have light armor, heavy armor. You have magery, which splits into mage at level 50 and wizard at level 90. Block and PvP is actually a separate skill. The PvP skill, when you get to level 90, you get the assassin title. And when you're in PvP fights, the benefit you get by having a higher level is that your gear durability doesn't go down as quickly. The block skill is parry without a shield. And most of the different effects, while really helpful, likely won't make the biggest of differences. Now, if you start getting multiple titles, you have Swordmaster. Let's say you have Swordmaster and block and PvP and heavy armor. Then yeah, all those different benefits will stack as far as what you have on your gear. There's also a lot of different crafting professions. There is just standard crafting, which there's a ton of different items you can craft, and it tells you what items you need, or at least gives you a picture of the icon for the items you need as you go. So it's not, you don't have to spend as much time trying to randomly put ingredients together, look up information online, or jump through other hoops are common in other older games. You have treasure hunting, which gives you the map and you can explore different sites. Hedging, which lets you prune bushes. Farming, which lets you plant and harvest crops. You have the fishing and mining skills as well. Enchanting. Lumberjacking, which is cutting down trees. Now, the interesting thing about lumberjacking, if you get that to 90, level 90, you actually get a 3-point bonus in axe attacks when you fight people, and you get the axe murderer. So some of these different skills actually cross over into combat as well. And you have repairing and extracting as well. So there's a lot of different activities you can take part in. We'll go ahead and switch back over to the gameplay footage. A lot of different activities you can take part in. You can rent rooms, rent housing. Like I said, you can craft numerous items. There's lots of exploration. There's lots of randomly generated dungeons. And there are the PvP arenas, a server-wide leaderboard, and medals to collect along the way. There's not really an end state to First Star Online 3. A lot of newer MMORPGs have story or a certain level of progression that puts you at basically the end of the game. For this, it's very open-ended. Which, having a world like this without much lore to work off of isn't really something I personally prefer. I like having a sandbox environment where there's enough story and lore there where I can kind of get a feel for where I fit in. And really the completion state for this is getting all the points and then leveling up whatever professions you want to level up. And you could potentially level up all the professions if you wanted to put forth that much time into the game. But yeah, it's really not that bad of a game. It's free to play. Doesn't take up a whole lot of space, won't take much time downloading. And if you're into grinder style older games and you like the 16-bit pixel art style, this might be a game for you. But yeah, the link will be in the description for the game. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe and have a great day.